So today we're going to be talking about a pastime hobby of mine. No, it's not VR chat. I've already made 4 videos about that and counting. And the allegations made against me are getting worse by the day. The hobby isn't sounding either, but I did know a guy that could fit a whole prong of a fork down there. Good luck visualizing that at the dinner table tonight, or right now as the fork enters your mouth, because some of you like to watch my videos and eat even though I've been trying to make you lose your appetite. And no, it's not making fun of the French. Ce n'est pas un hobby, c'est une nécessité de base à ce stade. But no, it's Instagram Reels.
I got a fun idea for stream. How about we just sit here and watch Reels?
Something I've actually spoken about quite a lot on this channel, and unironically it's helped a lot with my videos, with things like the topic of the videos themselves, like coming across this banger.
What do you know? It's a mistletoe.
Uh-huh. Now kiss me, you big doofus.
And I've also included a lot of memes that I have found on Reels throughout my videos.
No. Wait.
But as I am an avid enjoyer of Instagram Reels, and it's the first short-form content platform that has somewhat simulated the enjoyment of going to a casino, because with every swipe it's like a spin of a slot machine, because you can go from watching cute dog videos, or something very oddly specific and relatable, making you question if they're going out of their way to watch you, to a very racist video, or a video of someone just straight up dying, which the latter was very prominent on the dark day of February 27th, 2025, which was a historical day in the internet and moment in history, and something we're going to talk about later on in the video. But it doesn't stop there, because it's not just the content on the platform itself, it's also the people that regularly use it. Delve into any comment section of a person that got way too comfortable on the internet and made the mistake of wanting to share some of their interests on the platform, and you will find every opinion that your brain warned you never ever to translate as an electrical signal to your mouth to harmonize such opinions. But on Instagram there are many fiends that don't have such filters, which gave birth to the meme where if you found a very supportive video on TikTok, but then decided to upload it to Instagram Reels, both comment sections will be very polarizing, as on TikTok they will probably hold in their disdain for you, but on Instagram Reels it's fair game, because everyone will treat you like an expired feces-filled contraceptive, and sometimes they even throw a racial slur in there for good measure, because there is no positivity allowed on my racism app. It's even got to the point where Instagram Reels has its own anime intro, perfectly depicting the platform and the people that use it. So today we are going to be looking at the septic tank that is Instagram Reels, and question if it is truly that bad compared to the reputation it has.
You probably think I'm not a nice person.
Instagram Reels, introduced in 2020 as an alternative and possible competitor to TikTok. You see, if you were cool like me, you wouldn't be using such a feminine, weak, disgusting, femboy enjoying summer and... which is an accurate description of TikTok enjoyers. No, if you were like me, you'd be watching genocidal, borderline racist and traumatizing Instagram Reels. And if you use YouTube Shorts, you're quite literally that one kid at school still dabbing in 2025. Even though it's dead, gone through rigor mortis, buried 6 feet under, and most kids nowadays don't even know what it is. So basically you're the Google Pixel compared to Samsung and Apple, because who uses a Google Pixel? But Instagram Reels at the start of 2020 was nowhere near what it is today. It was actually just a cheap clone of TikTok that many other companies were doing at the time, all trying to capture people's attention span and make a monetary gain from it. But it was just like every other clone. You had people dancing to popular new songs, the occasional trend being milked more than you will ever be by the opposite gender. But then something big changed. 2023 rolled around. But even before that, in 2022, Meta, the owners of Instagram and Facebook, which most people that still regularly use it are probably not far away from cashing in that 401k. But Meta made changes in 2022 where you could now make money from your Reels, more specifically based off the amount of views you were getting on those Reels, which many content creators viewed as quite attractive and started making their own Reels on the platform. And due to the fact Instagram Reels paid a lot better than TikTok, But in 2023, they quite literally popped out the butt plug that was holding all the degenerate slop on the internet by making an update to the platform that changed how they viewed mature content with things such as more relaxed rules on violent content, admittedly if it was news and documentary related, but obviously most of the reels were not news and documentary related.
Just grab it.
But it is unclear if this update alone was responsible for what was to come to Instagram Reels and its new content change. The new content being NSFW and gory videos that made it start to look like the front page of Twitter, but Instagram since 2023 has been a lot more lenient with this type of content compared to platforms like TikTok, who are very strict towards any videos that even remotely involve violence or NSFW. But slowly since 2023, more and more videos have been added to the platform. I'm talking reels involving certain racist groups and historical events. Obviously I can't show you any of this. This is YouTube after all, strict to them both of these platforms. Please don't hurt me, my arsehole is still reeling from the last adpocalypse. Now as some comments highlight, you have to build your own algorithm, brick by brick, refining it with each like till it is just perfect and an accurate representation of you. So basically vile viscous vomit, as most reels presented to you are based off what you liked in the past. So with each like you are basically tailoring what reels you will be served. But every now and again, even if you haven't remotely liked anything to do with NSFW or gore videos, or maybe you'll like to post that at a certain tag that these videos include, Instagram will occasionally flash you with the biggest dickus that is a completely unhinged video you did not ask for. But personally, my feed is filled with Dr. Mike Core.
You get out at 5, you go to the gym, from 5 to 7 you grind at the gym, you come home and you, I don't know, look up hentai.
Warhammer, Onipixel,
Cross my biceps for you.
Yo. Only you, buddy.
And I think that's it.
VTubers which shouldn't be there.
Just in case they can't speak English.
Good point. We don't.
Invincible comic spoilers.
Did all that powering up make your brain swell up a bit?
But yeah, I do occasionally get a war crime or racial slur in my personal feed. Which is way better than the D-Day that was the February 27th event, which once again I'll be talking about later. You have accounts dedicated to posting the same meme every day. So if you thought my videos were slop, these people are getting paid to copy and paste the same racist meme every day. But obviously when the content on your platform is a dumpster, you're going to get people that behave like irradiated toxic rats inside said dumpster. This is why if you have any self-esteem left, you should not upload any of your content from TikTok to Instagram Reels. It's like going from Minecraft peaceful difficulty to Halo 2 Legendary with the JFK snipers. And God forbid anyone uploads a video that is clearly not satire showing their interests. They will not hold back. Some other insults you may actually need to consult a thesaurus, or even summon your ancestral family tree, because their creativity and linguistic skills in getting the correct racial slur for you is actually quite impressive. They put about the same effort as a 9 to 5 when it comes to bullying, especially if it's groups like fairies or bronies, because if you genuinely thought you could share your happiness and interests on this app, you were poorly mistaken. Even the ads on the reels are not safe. But the moderation on Instagram is also something else, because very rarely do they promptly remove these type of posts. It usually takes around a week or two for them to get around to doing it, probably due to the sheer amount of those type of videos being uploaded, and when they remove one, 20 more are there to replace it. But there are some questionable reels that have been up for months now, leading me to believe one of two stories. Either the people reviewing these reels is an entire moderation team made up of one Nepo hire intern, or B, Helen Keller herself is reviewing these reels. But for your information, people actually do have a limit on Instagram Reels. I know it's hard to believe, but they actually have a moral line they won't cross. Throughout all the racist memes, all the beheadings they've seen, most of which confusing me, most of the time I think I'm on 4chan seeing this shit, but the line was drawn with the uploading of a certain video. And it was actually the first time I've seen the Reels comments somewhat condemn the person uploading it, and admit this is too far. Said video was a recreation of an event that happened in St. Louis, Missouri, where a 12 and 14-year-old were playing with a gun and recording themselves doing so. A girl then places the gun against her cousin's head, and the gun accidentally discharges, unfortunately instantly killing the cousin. And then the other cousin, unfortunately realizing what she has done, turns the gun on herself and discharges the firearm a final time. And then you can hear their parents break in and a blood-curdling scream, as one of their mothers had unfortunately found them. This event happened in a matter of seconds and was live streamed, leading to the clip being circulated all over the internet, especially on places like Reddit. But the person that made this, in their infinite wisdom, decided to hand draw all the events, but changing the kids out for Splatoon characters and Splatoon sounds, but still making sure to capture the majority of the events, and then uploading said video to Instagram Reels. But most people in the community came to an agreement this was fucked up. After everything else they've seen on this app, this is probably the worst, especially in terms of context, and a lot of them came to the agreement this is too far even for Reels. Now, the February 26th to 27th event of 2025 involved a public bukkake that was a load of NSFW and violent videos being presented to most users of Instagram Reels. Even if most of your likes was like Viva Pinata gameplay, you'd still find a few of these videos in your feed. I'm talking POV from the front lines of some present day conflicts, to some people getting their asshole gaped like it was Play-Doh. Now admittedly, most of these videos came with a warning, so they at least put a glove on when they fisted you up the ass, but some of the videos weren't, leading to a lot of people being traumatized on that day. Because once again, it wasn't just one video, it was multiple of these videos being put in your feed, sometimes back to back. You could not escape them at all. But what was the reason this whole event happened? And the reason a high percentage of toddlers saw their first beheading? Well, it was due to Instagram itself. Meta, the company behind Instagram, upon receiving a wave of complaints regarding users getting not safe for work content in their feed, announced it was an error on their side that led to these types of reels being spread and congesting people's feeds, no matter what content they usually interact with. So Instagram made a little fucky wookie that traumatized millions. Now, this makes me think and worry that there is a string of code somewhere within Instagram that purposely catches these types of videos and stores them somewhere, and some poor underpaid intern accidentally flips the switch that released all of these videos to infect people's feeds. But a majority of Instagram users were affected by this, a lot being served videos of people opening their heads like can openers, or something like tragic mining incidents in third world countries. But February 26th to 27th is now known as the darkest day on Instagram Reels, but the error with Instagram Reels was fixed quite quickly, and most people's feeds returned back to normal. But the same cannot be said for their frontal lobe, that is now scarred from seeing these types of videos. So I'm sure you all remember recently when TikTok in the United States was almost banned at the beginning of 2025, or it was supposed to be. But before that was put into effect, TikTok said "F you, I'm doing it myself," and restricted the United States access to the app. What followed was everyone freaking out and people crying they don't have their TikTok slopped to distract themselves from the horror that is existing, and a low supply of serotonin. But majority of TikTok users would make the mistake that most black tar heroin addicts make, which is trying another drug like high-grade Fent to prevent themselves from going through withdrawals, often associated with actually dealing with your problems in life instead of distracting yourself. Yes, I am looking at you. But the black tar heroin alternative in this situation was Instagram Reels. Probably as soon as opening the app, they realized their big mistake, which is TikTok is nothing like Instagram Reels. Whilst on TikTok they keep their mittens on, but on Instagram they prefer the bare knuckle approach, which is no filter and 100% aggression. But if TikTok users didn't realize they were in the wrong place, Instagram users themselves would make them realize it, uploading reels basically telling them they are not welcome here and they don't want them affecting their reels.
I built this shit! Me! Brick by brick! And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down!
But most Instagram Reels users breathed a sigh of relief when TikTok actually wasn't removed, at least in the United States, and Instagram users could conduct their usual activities without being judged.
I shoved the fucking hexbug nano up my ass, and it's crawling up my entire intestinal tract.
Two hoes, one is a dude and one is a crow. I take two loads.
So in conclusion, Instagram Reels is an unfiltered and chaotic platform where martial law is in full effect, and if you're a masochist that uploads any personal content to it, you are sure to get quickly humbled. It's very much like the golden days of YouTube, with young iDubbbz and Filthy Frank, and I think its days with this type of content is limited. Eventually they are going to realise their platform is a seeping toxic pit. My personal experience with Instagram Reels is it's a love-hate relationship. My own feed I actually don't mind. I still use it every time I'm on the toilet, and to be honest, with the constant fluctuations in my feed, it's probably the only app of all short-form content platforms that has actually made me laugh consecutively every time I open the app. From the comments to the videos themselves, probably due to the lack of filters and the amount of freedom on that app, but the enjoyment quickly dissipates as soon as I've seen someone turn into a human torch on top of an electrical transformer, and then I quickly close the app and think about life. But before you leave, you can have one of my lukewarm memes I've saved in my Instagram Reels, because the rest I don't think I can show on YouTube.
So I need you to go get me the platinum chip. I don't really know what it does, but I just know that you need to go get it. And then hopefully we can go to Hoover Dam together. I'll take you and get you a hot dog.
But yeah, that's all I want to say, and bye-bye.